September 27, 2020. Oh, sorry. Today is September 28, 2020, episode number 84. 2020 federal tax graphs. Okay, so actually it's like midnight, September 28th, so slash September 27. We're going to count this for Sunday, September 27. This is the 39.6 Facebook Live Finance Show. It is late at night. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling on everything. Just wanted to get the show on the road. This is a show that teaches high earners like yourself how to make your money work for you, so you don't have to work for your money. We talk taxes, general investing, real estate, syndications, Airbnb, and even the car you drive. Today, we are going to go over the new tax graphs for 2020. I didn't actually ever publish these before, although I had them mostly made. 2019, I don't think I even submitted or posted any new ones. So here are the 2020 tax graphs. Again, our taxes are still not filed, but they will be in the next 2 weeks. So we're going to spend this week mostly talking about taxes. A lot of people have asked me when I posted these graphs before, do you have this for single? Do you have this for head of household? So I spent like way too many hours in Excel, because Excel, oh my gosh, I feel like I know how to use it, but then I try to add new lines to it, and then it decides not to show them. So I had to start everything from scratch after lots of trial and error and giving up, and having to try to trick Excel into taking on extra lines. So my old graph was simpler. It just had married filing jointly, had total federal tax, effective tax, and marginal tax. This includes married filing jointly, head of household, and single/married filing separately. So I'm going to make this bigger, make it a little easier to see. Okay, so this is the new graph, and I hope that it's not too busy. There's a balance between having the information everybody wants, but then also making it legible, understandable. And the more you add, the more confusing it looks, and the less you add, the cleaner it looks, but then the more you're missing stuff. So we're going to go with this for right now. Please let me know if it's just too much. I might just separate it out into multiple graphs. So first of all, married filing separately and single have the same tax rates in 2020 as they've had since the Tax Cut and Jobs Act. So they are going to be on the same line. Head of household is basically single, but you also have a dependent. Okay, so you get a slightly higher standard deduction, and that means that you have a little bit extra money that is tax-free. So when you look at single and head of household, they are very, 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 very close to each other. In terms of the total tax you pay, you just get a little bit of a discount. Okay, they're basically superimposed. The thick lines are married filing jointly, because this is based off of the previous graphs we've done before, which was just married filing jointly. I have it for 2 million. Actually, this one is formatted. I think all this formatting and this one's correct. The other ones still need to be cleaned up a little bit, but this is $2 million from $0 to $2 million. And on the right side is your total federal tax, and on the left side is your tax rate. So we have effective tax and we have marginal tax. So the top marginal tax rate, 37%, and at lower incomes is 35, 32, 24, 22, 12, 10%, and 0. In green, you have a total federal tax, married filing jointly. I have single and head of household on top of each other here because they are so close to each other when you're out at $2 million. Okay. For effective average tax, we have single, head of household, and married filing jointly. And for marginal tax rates, you can see single and head of household are over here, and then married filing jointly over there. going back to the $1 million chart. There you go. Has all of those information. The axis on the right side is a little bit lower here. It goes up to around $400,000. If you're married filing jointly at $1 million, you're paying about $300,000 in tax. 30% is your effective tax rate. And if you're single and make $1 million, you're around 33% or so. So again, you're not anywhere close to 50%. We discussed this on a previous episode. Now, I have a graph at $500,000 of income from zero to 500,000. And here at these lower numbers, not that they're low, but lower than $1 million and $2 million, the tax brackets are a lot farther apart now. So it gets a little bit more confusing. But the blue marginal tax rates, again, are single, head of household, and married filing jointly. And here you can see a huge gap between, I don't know if you can see my mouse. No, can't see my mouse anywhere. Well, there's a big gap between married filing jointly and single in the range of around $180,000 to $350,000, where married filing jointly is still at the 24% rate, but single or head of household, it jumps up here into the 30s. Okay. The red lines for effective tax rates, you can see these much more separated now. Single, head of household, and married filing jointly in those 3 lines respectively. And then for total federal tax, again, single, head of household, and married filing jointly. And again, married filing separately is the same as single. And so you can see how those separate. Now, I also did a graph at 200,000, but that's not done yet. And those lines get really superimposed. It's going to be really hard to show those. But this will have all the data that people have been asking for. So I hope people like these. I will post these to the Facebook group and periodically whenever people have questions about this stuff. All right. That is it for tonight. It's a late one. Getting out of here. Have a good night. Tomorrow we'll continue diving into taxes. Again, this is not legal, financial, tax, accounting, any other formal advice. Just here for my entertainment and yours. All right. Until tomorrow.